As I was walking in, I noticed a bumper sticker on a car that said, "Built with Pride." And I thought, if I had a choice, I would rather have it be built with the right parts. So, thank you. I have a problem with dogs wearing clothes. Because if I want to pet my dog, and he's wearing a sweater, suddenly I feel the need to get his consent. I was at a party once, and there was a poster that said, "The moments that make life great are the moments that take our breath away." As a former asthmatic, I take that in an entirely different way. Because really, how often do we have experiences where we lose our breath and are thankful for it afterwards? Just recently, I graduated from Cal State Fullerton with a master's in counseling. Thank you. As you can see, I'm doing comedy. I used to tell my friends it's a great major because you develop the coping skills to deal with the depression that follows you. After you graduate. But I was at Target the other day, and I was shopping for some underwear. And I noticed that there were pictures of men on the package. And I thought, who are these pictures for? And is this somehow meant to inspire me? Because personally, I've never really thought of myself as sexy. And I don't really know what I would do if I did. But my favorite place to buy underwear is Big Lots. Because on the package it will say slightly imperfect. And who am I to ask for perfection from my underwear? Personally, I would rather have my underwear pursuing excellence and not perfection. But that may be me. Which I find quite often things turn out to be just me. I got my bachelor's in philosophy, which is nice, except for it makes it difficult to, I can no longer see you. But I'll be driving by, and there was this bumper not another bumper sticker. I was driving by Vaughn's Groceries, and it had the sign that said, "Our fruits are absurdly tasty." And I thought, that's just what I want from my fruit. For it to be so tasty that I begin to question the existence of God and me. And then, let's see, there was panda rice, which was a picture of a panda holding a bowl of rice. And if I understand pandas, they cannot digest rice. So that panda was looking at its own death. And if I were to be offered a happy panda meal, I wouldn't take it. Just how happy can that panda be? So I sort of have issues with that sign for two reasons. One, for the sake of the panda. I don't feel it's fair to the panda. And two, I feel it's a devaluation of Asian culture, thinking that you can simply put a panda and people will think, oh, it must be Asian food. I try to step out and make social comments when I can. While I was at school, I was in a social justice group. I was the fifth candle of Kwanzaa. So I try to be open to many new experiences. I opened myself up to one new experience lately, and I came back and realized that relationships are more important than books. I tend to like books, so that was an insight for me. So I thought, how do people meet people? Maybe online dating, which turned out to be rather horrific. There was this one girl, Becky, from Torrance, California, who seemed very nice. And then she said she lived in Torrance, California, and she sent me this email saying, "I hope you're happy to know that someone is thinking of you from thousands of miles away." I thought, Torrance is not that far. It turned out that she was actually a Nigerian scamstress. So I sent her an email saying, "Sorry, I'll be away from my computer. I'm going to be giving a talk on recognizing internet scams. But I'll get back to your questions in due time." So yeah, so that was my brief foray. I was invited to be on a TV show a little while ago, actually, called Beauty and the Geek. My first question was, am I a geek? And I said, no. I actually think I'm more of a nerd. But they made a rather big deal about the characters on the show being virgins. I am a virgin. And my friends will ask me, "John, how have you been able to stay a virgin for so long?" I tell them I can't take all the credit. It's actually been more of a group effort. I'm actually doing comedy as a way to pass the time until I can realize my true passion, proofreading. I have a little side business, and my slogan is, "Where broken sentences come and find healing." I do not judge the typos, I simply correct them. So when I got a message on Facebook from another comedian asking me if I would join his The Gift of Celibacy comedy tour, I said sure, but only if we spell celibacy. C-E-L-I-B-A-C-Y. Can't really tell you how he spelled it. Yeah, so it's difficult. Sometimes it takes a real sensitivity to let someone know how to spell something correctly. But sometimes people can be very attached to their spellings. But I try to use my counseling skills. I also tried using my counseling skills at McDonald's. That was difficult. That was my first job because I had ran my friend's car into a tree. And people would come in and they'd ask for free French fries, and I'd say no. And they'd say, "Well, you're an idiot," which I didn't have a comeback for. But the problem is when I did have a comeback is when I get in trouble. Like someone said, "This service is terrible." And I said, "I know." And he said, "Can you go any slower?" And I said, "Yes, I can." Someone came in, asked if there are any brothers working here. I said, "I have a sister," but how would you know that? My final job before breaking into this exciting life was Payless, which was nice except for, I don't know what it was. A customer came in, I helped them, they left, went to another Payless, told the manager there, "I'm so proud of Payless because they hire special people." Their manager called my manager and asked, "Who do you have working there?" She said, "Well, I think all of my employees are special, but it's probably John." And my mom asked me, "Well, what is it that you do?" And I said, "When customers come in, I wave and say hi." She said, "I think that's it." And I said, "It's very difficult to convey intelligence from the other side of the Payless counter." And I think that's probably what brought me into comedy, is that disparity between being a grad student by day and a special needs Payless worker by night. And that's my time, so thank you all for listening.
Hey, John, are you presently dating anybody? You're single? Turn the lights up. Who you want? Just say it. We can hook this up. You know, I'm a pastor. We can hook this up. I got credit. If you're a little ashamed, I'll just pick some somebody, I'll point to them after the show. We'll make it happen, all right? Forget that online stuff. This is real time. This is church, baby. Jesus Christ on your side.